Blade Runner. Yes, the ultimate sci-fi classic. No, this is not a review for the new Blade Runner, Blade Runner 2049. That will be coming tomorrow. This is a review of the original Blade Runner and the final cut, to be honest with you, because this is the only version I have seen. I have not seen any other versions of Blade Runner, the work print, the theatrical, the definitive edition. I have not seen any of those. I've just seen the final cut. To be honest with you, I've seen Blade Runner twice, and I get why it's a classic. The first time I saw it, I didn't love it. I did like it, but I didn't love it. It's kind of the same the second time around, although I'm gravitating more towards liking it a lot than just liking it. My issues with Blade Runner really lie in the pacing, I feel like. It's not the fact that it's a slow movie, and it is a really, really slow movie. There's not a lot of action in this. Actually, going into this movie, in my first viewing, I thought this was going to be like an action-adventure sci-fi type movie, kind of like Total Recall. And I thought Total Recall was going to be more like this. That wasn't the case. It really has nothing to do with being slow, because to be honest, this movie does kind of go by at a good pace. It's just there are some pacing issues in some scenes where it does get a little boring. Like there was this part of the movie around the end of the first act, I think it was like the 36-minute mark. The next 10 minutes I just checked out. I was like, this part of the movie is boring. Another major flaw I have with this movie is the romance between Deckard and Rachel. That just feels tacked on and really forced. I don't really get that romance at all. That's really it in terms of flaws, to be honest with you. This movie is perfect after those two flaws. This movie is visually stunning. This was made back in 1982, and back then that was a visual achievement. The fact that the effects and the visuals hold up so well to this day, 35 years later, speaks volumes about the effects and visuals team that went into making this movie. They hold up, and you could even say that this is still a visual achievement among modern filmmaking, even though it was made in 1982. Production design is just marvelous. You can tell that when other sci-fi filmmakers are making movies, they look to Blade Runner's production design for inspiration. Dark City did this, Gattaca did this, even the Star Wars prequels with Coruscant. Look at the futuristic LA in this picture, and then look at Coruscant. Those look very similar, at least to me. Futuristic LA in this movie is 2019, and it's dark and damp, and barely any sunlight around. To be honest, I think every shot in this movie is filmed in the dark. Lighting is used to a minimum in this movie. It is used when it is supposed to be used, and I'm pretty sure that they use natural lighting in a lot of these scenes. That speaks volume about the production team and the production design. The way things are thought out in a film goes a long way to the message it's trying to convey. The movie is also very thematic, which I really like. It's got a lot of themes. For instance, paranoia is a big theme in this movie. The harmful effects of technology on society is also another big theme in this movie. And it's not only just a thematic movie, but it's a thinking movie. For instance, is our hero, Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, is he really a replicant? There is a scene where his eyes look like they are replicant eyes, and then the end is kinda ambiguous as to whether or not he is a replicant. This movie is so culturally impactful that, as I stated before, other films have taken inspiration from Blade Runner. And not only that, but this movie wasn't well received when it was first released. It was as time went on that Blade Runner became a cult classic and became loved by everybody, and is now considered a sci-fi great, a classic sci-fi movie. Me, myself, I've seen it twice. I don't love it. I liked it the first time, and I really liked it this time, though. So maybe it'll eventually get to that level where I love it. However, I understand the cultural impact this movie has. It is a very, very well-made movie, especially for its time. I can't give Blade Runner the perfect score that I think everybody really wants me to give it. I just can't, because there are a couple of flaws that I do feel hinder the movie a little bit, and they're flaws that I can't overlook. With that being said, however, I am going to give it close to a perfect score, and I'm going to give Blade Runner an A. This movie created a really great world. I cannot wait to see Blade Runner 2049 tomorrow. I will have that review tomorrow. Thank you for watching my special review of the original Blade Runner. You guys are awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, you're on YouTube, subscribe at the end of this video, and check out some other videos I have done. I will see you later.